Hey guys, it's Omar at Ideal Auto Sales, and in today's video we have this 2017 Ford Explorer Sport. This vehicle here has 67,000 miles. It does have a rebuilt title, just like most of our other vehicles on our lot, located in a San Diego suburb in El Cajon, California. It is sitting on 245/60/18 Michelin tires all the way around. It's a very clean vehicle, fully loaded with a lot of creature comforts, a lot of features, and I absolutely love this dark red color. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood and see what we're working with. Now, under the hood of this 2017 Ford Explorer Sport is a twin turbocharged 3.5 liter V6 engine that produces 365 horsepower, which is a very healthy figure for this kind of SUV. As shown here, it's a really clean engine bay. It's very well sorted, no mechanical issues whatsoever, no ticking, no knocking. It's mechanically sound. Now let's get into the vehicle, shall we? Now, before we get inside, a few things to mention here, one of which is the keyless entry. As long as you have the keys in your pocket or in your hand, you can simply press this to lock the doors, or you can simply place your hand here to unlock them. The other thing to mention is that this vehicle does have blind spot monitoring, which is a really cool safety feature. The last thing I want to mention here before getting into the vehicle is this little keypad that you guys see here. Basically how it works is, if you want to leave the key, you can simply create a code, and when you want to get back into the vehicle, just enter the code and in you go. Now, as we open the door here and get into the vehicle, of course, Ford has made a good use of some really nice material, such as the really soft leather here that you guys see, and some nice contrast stitching in red to match the exterior paint color. Let's get in. Now, as I mentioned, this vehicle is fully loaded with a lot of tech and a lot of creature comforts. So now we're gonna go through some of them. Now, to start the vehicle, all you have to do is push the brake and simply press this button over here. As you guys can see, no warning lights on the dash whatsoever, and it does have 67,000 miles. Now, speaking of the brake pedal here, you can adjust the precision of it. You can either push it forward or you can push it back depending on your height and or preference. Now, some of the features on this vehicle here, it does have cooled and heated seats for both driver and passenger, and it does have a heated steering wheel, and it also has a front and rear camera system to help you navigate this vehicle. We can see navigation here. When you put it in reverse, you can see the rear camera, and then when you put it in drive, you can simply activate the front camera by pushing this, and we can see ahead of the car. Over here is the mode selector for the terrain that you're driving on. Simply press this button, rotate this dial, and it'll enable you to drive this vehicle a little bit better on the specific terrain that you've selected. Now, in regards to the steering wheel, you have various different controls to, of course, control the screens that you guys are seeing here. Now, you do have some basic cruise controls and some stereo controls over here. These controls are to control that screen. These controls are to control that screen. They are fully configurable. They can show various different information based on your choosing and or preference. Now, opening the rear door here, of course, the same use of nice materials on the door with the contrast stitching, which of course is shown on the seats in all third rows. In the second row of this vehicle, you have some climate controls as shown here, and then you also have two USB slots, which of course help with charging needs, and then you do also have a household outlet. Now, to get into the third row seat, all you have to do is pull this up and pushes the seat forward. Of course, if the front seats were a little further, this would go down all the way, but as shown here, comfortable and usable third row seats. And of course, I do want to show off that this vehicle does have a panoramic sunroof for the first row and the second row, which of course makes this interior a little bit more airy and kind of gives it a nicer look. Now, in regards to the rear here, of course, the hatch will open and close fully automatic. All you have to do is push the rubber button over here and it'll fully open. And of course, as you guys can see, it's really spacious, really roomy considering the 3 rows. Now, when you do open up the rear hatch here, you will see on the driver's side some various different controls for the seats, which make it a little bit more convenient to control from the back instead of having to go manually and do them yourself. On top of that, Ford gives you a cigarette lighter outlet, which of course enable you to plug in anything you need, such as a portable vacuum or whatever you want to plug in there. To close the hatch, all you have to do is push this button over here, and it will close automatically. Now, before we end the video, I do want to show you guys yet another safety feature. This vehicle is equipped with rear and front parking sensors, which help a lot when it comes to parking. That's going to be pretty much it for today's video, guys. I really do appreciate you tuning in. If you are interested in inquiring about this 2017 Ford Explorer Sport 4-wheel drive with the 3 rows of seats, then go ahead and hit the link that's down in the description below. Thanks for watching today's video, guys, and we will see you next video.